Alberto Sordi, Cavaliere di Gran Croce Omri, was an Italian actor. He was also a film director and the dubbing voice of Oliver Hardy in the Italian version of the Laurel and Hardy films. Early life. In the meantime, he studied to be an opera singer, a bass. It was his accent and voice that would later prove to be his trademark. Career. In a career that spanned 7 decades, Sordi established himself as an icon of Italian cinema with his representative skills at both comedy and light drama. His movie career began in the late 1930s with bit parts and secondary characters in wartime movies. After the war, he began working as a dubber for the Italian versions of Laurel and Hardy shorts, voicing Oliver Hardy. Early roles included Fellini's The White Sheik in 1952, Fellini's I Vitelloni, a movie about young slackers, in which he plays a weak, effeminate immature loafer, and a starring role in Lo Scapola playing a single man trying to find love. In 1959 he appeared in Monticelli's The Great War, considered by many critics and film historians to be one of the best Italian comedies. The Hollywood Foreign Press recognized his abilities when he was awarded a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Actor in a Musical or Comedy for Il Diavolo. Sordi acted alongside Britain's David Niven in the World War II comedy The Best of Enemies, and in 1965 he was in another highly regarded comedy, I Complessi. In 1969 he was a member of the jury at the 6th Moscow International Film Festival. Sordi also succeeded in dramatic roles, most notably in 1977's Un Borghese Piccolo, in which he portrays an elderly civil servant whose son is killed in an armed robbery, and sets out to exact revenge. In 1984, he directed and co-scripted Tutti Dentro, in which he played a judge who has warrants for corruption served on ministers and businessmen. Alberto Sordi was really masterful in 2 broad roles, one being the one of the underdog, militating against injustices and prevarications, the other that of the prevaricator himself. One has only to watch his performances as the returning emigrant unjustly convicted in Detenuto in Attesa di Giudizio, or the miserly sub-proletarian of Lo Scopone Scientifico, teased by the old millionaire Bette Davis into endless card games where he hopes to find release from his poverty to appreciate his skills in the first role, while the rampant, unscrupulous doctor he plays in Il Medico della Mutua is the perfect example of his aptness at rendering characters who were both truly despicable and completely believable. In 1985, he was a member of the jury at the 35th Berlin International Film Festival. Sordi died shortly before his 83rd birthday following a heart attack. A crowd in excess of 1 million gathered to pay their last respects at his funeral by the Basilica of St. John Lateran, the largest of such events ever attended in Rome, second only to that of Pope John Paul II, who died 2 years later. Sordi was also a big supporter of his Roma football team. Filmography: actor Scipione L'Africano, The Ferocious Saladin, Princess Tarakanova, La Notte del Beffa, Cuore nella Tormenta, La Signorina della Villa Accanto, Giarabub, La Signorina, The 3 Pilots, after Casanova's fashion, Sant'Elena Piccola Isola, Chi l'ha visto, Tre ragazze cercano marito, The Tsar Bum Circus, L'Innocente Casimiro, his young wife, Il Passata, Flesh Will Surrender, Il Vento mh cantato una canzone, Che Tempe, Under the Sun of Rome, Mamma Mia, Che Impressiona, Cameriera Bella Presenza Offresi, E Arrivato l'Accordata, Toto and the King of Rome, The White Sheik, I Vitelloni, Canzoni, C.I. Troviamo in Galleria, 2 Nights with Cleopatra, Mid-Century Loves, Un Giorno in Pretura, A Slice of Life, Marriage, Via Padova 46, Tripoli, Belcirol di Amor, Gran Varietà, The Cheerful Squadron, Il Seduttore, Accad al Commissariato, Una Parigina a Roma, Un Americano a Roma, The Art of Getting Along, The Sign of Venus, Buonanotte, Avvocato, A Hero of Our Times, The Belle of Rome, Accad al Penitenziario, Bravissimo, The Letters Page, The Bachelor, I Pappagalli, Guardia Scelta, Brigadier e Maresciallo, Nero's Weekend, Allow Me Daddy, The Virtuous Bigamist, Arrivano I Dollari, Souvenir d'Italia, Count Max, A Farewell to Arms, Doctor and the Healer, Ladra Lui, Ladra Lei, Il Marito, Fortunella, Domenica e Sempre Domenica, La Settima Seal, Venice, The Moon and You, Girls for the Summer, Nella Città l'Inferno, O. Che Mambo, Policarpo, The Moralist, The Magliara, Winter Holidays, Wild Cats on the Beach, The Great War, Il Vedova, Vacations in Mallorca, Gaston, Everybody Go Home, The Traffic Policeman, Crimine, The Best of Enemies, The Last Judgment, A Difficult Life, The Police Commissioner, Mafioso, Il Diavolo, Il Boom, The Teacher from Virvana, Tentazione Proibita, My Wife, Il Disco Volante, The Three Faces, Those Magnificent Men in the Flying Machines, I Complessi, Thrilling, Made in Italy, Fumo di Londra, I Nostra Mariti, Sex Quartet, Pardon, Are You For or Against, The Witches, Un Italiano in America, Be Sick, It's Free, Will Our Heroes Be Able to Find Their Friend Who Has Mysteriously Disappeared in Africa, Help Me, My Love, Nell'anno del Signor, Il Professor, Guido Tersilli, Primario della Clinica Villa Celeste, Convenzionata con la Mutua, Let's Have a Riot, Il Presidente del Borgo Rosso Football Club, La Copy, In Prison Awaiting Trial, A Girl in Australia, The Scientific Card Player, The Most Wonderful Evening of My Life, Roma, My Brother Anastasia, Polvia di Stelle, Finché si guerra si speranza, Dice segno sei, Il comune senso del pudor, Strange Occasion, An Average Little Man, I Knew Ovi Mostri, Where Are You Going on Holiday, Traffic Jam, The Witness, Hypochondriac, Catherine and I, Il Marchese del Grillo, I Know That You Know That I Know, In Viaggio con Papa, Il Tassinaro, Bertoldino e Caxeno, Everybody in Jail, I Am an ESP, Troppo Forte, Un Tassinaro a New York, Una Botta di Vita, I Promessi Sposi, Lavoro, In the Name of the Sovereign People, Vacanza di Natale, 91, Isolto per aver comsa il fatto, Nestor, L'ultimo corso, Romanzo di un Giovan Povero, In Contri Proibita, Director, Fumo di Londra, Scussi, Lei favorevole o contrario, Un Italiano in America, Amor mio, aiutami, La Copy, Polvia di Stelle, Finché si guerra si speranza, Il comune senso del pudor, Dove vai in vacanza, Io e Caterina, Io so che tu sai che io so, In viaggio con papà, Il Tassinaro, Tutti dentro, Un Tassinaro a New York, Isolto per aver comsa il fatto, Nestor, L'ultimo corso, In Contri Proibita. Voice actor Sordi provided the voice of Oliver Hardy in the Italian dubs of more than 40 Laurel and Hardy films from 1939 to 1951. He also appeared as a voice actor in other Italian-language versions and Italian films. 1938. Avventura Valle Chiara, directed by John G. Bleastone, Swiss Miss. 1939. I Diavoli Volante, directed by Edward Sutherland, The Flying Deuces. 1940. New Simola Colin, directed by Alfred Goulding, A Chump at Oxford. 1942. Casablanca, by Michael Curtiz. 1945. The Valley of Decision, by Tay Garnett. 1946. Abisso la Ricchezza, directed by Gennaro Righelli. 1946. It's a Wonderful Life by Frank Capra. 1947. New Orleans by Arthur Lubin. 1947. Humoresque by Jean Negulesco. 1948. Ladri di Bicicletta, directed by Vittorio De Sica. 1949. Domenica d'Agosto, directed by Luciano Emma. 1950. Cronaca di un amore, directed by Michelangelo Antonioni. 1950. Prima Comunion, directed by Alessandro Blasetta. 1956. I Pinguini C.I. Gardano, directed by Guido Leone. Theatre. Actor 1936–1937. San Giovanni with Aldo Fabrizi and Anna Foas. 1938–1939. Mai in Campanieri un'altra. Rosa, with Guido Riccioli and Nanda Primavera. 1941–1942. Tutto l'oro del mondo, with Guido Finesci and Maria Donati. 1942–1943. Teatro della Caricatura, with Fan Fuller. 1943–1944. Ritornezabum, by Marcello Marchesi, directed by Mario Mattoli. Sai che ti dico, by Marcello Marchesi, directed by Mario Mattoli. 1944–1945. Un mondo di armoni, musical review by Alberto Semprini. Imputation. Altimoci, by Michel Galdieri. 1945–1946. Sofia So, by Pietro Garinai and Sandro Giovannini. Sofia So. N2, by Pietro Garinai and Sandro Giovannini. 1947–1948. E Louis Dice, by Ben Acosta, directed by Oreste Biancoli and Adolfo Sella. 1952–1953. Gran Baraonda, by Pietro Garinai and Sandro Giovannini, with Wanda Osiris, composer and singer. 1966. You Never Told Me, sung by Lydia McDonald in the movie Fumo di Londra and in Italian by Mina with title Breve Amore. 1966. Richmond Bridge, sung by Lydia McDonald in the movie Fumo di Londra. 1973. Ma Ndio, Hawaii, sung by Alberto Sordi and Monica Vitti in the movie Polvere di Stelle. Awards. Sordi won 7 David di Donatello, Italy's most prestigious film award, holding the record of David di Donatello as Best Actor, and 4 awards for his works from the Italian National Syndicate of Film Journalists. He also received a Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement at the Venice Film Festival in 1995, and the Golden Globe Award for his performance as an Italian laborer stranded in Sweden in To Bed or Not to Bed. In 1999, the city of Rome made him honorary mayor for a day to celebrate his 80th birthday. At the 22nd Berlin International Film Festival, he won the Silver Bear for Best Actor award for Detenuto in Attesa di Giudizio. At the 13th Moscow International Film Festival, he won a special prize for I Know That You Know That I Know. He received honorary citizenship from Kansas City, Missouri, for his references to the city in the 1954 film Un Americano a Roma.